Hi guys, so today we are doing IXL Math E15. I'm just in my assignments and clicking on it. Remember, you can also go through IXL. Check that my name is in the top corner to show that I am getting credit for it. Today we are doing some more division as we do with the E's, but it's over patterns. So we have to know some basics. First of all, we're missing some stuff here. So 4 divided by blank equals 1. Remember, the opposite of division is multiplication. So we could also say 4 times 1 equals what? And we know that's 4. So 4 goes into 4 one time. All right, well, that makes sense. So we'll put our 4 in there. Well, just like we did before with multiplication, we're just going to add our zeros onto the end. So 4 with 1 0. And then, oh, but wait, 40 divided by 40 would equal 1. And we want it to equal 10. So we have our 0 here. We just have to put 4 in. And I'm glad I checked that because we can also double check our work and make sure that we've got it. So once we've entered in our pattern and we look at it closely, we have 4 goes into 40 one time. Oh, 10. Perfect. So 4 would be right there. Now 4 goes into 400 one. Oh, now I'm running out of space on my board. Bring down my other 0. And so 100. So I see that my pattern doesn't change. Now, before we were adding on that extra 0, but remember, if we did that, we'd be adding on extra zeros to our answer. And we don't want to do that. We have the 0 here. We have 1 0 here. We're good. We don't want to go through and make the number bigger like we would in multiplication, where we would add those extra zeros. So let's see what our next one says. Ooh, so this next one, it gives us part of it. 2 goes into 4 2 times. But now we have to figure out how many times 2 goes into 40. So 2 times. But then we have our other zeros. This time, we are going to do it. We need to have a 0 on both sides of our answer. If there's a 0 here, it's going to need a 0 here. And in this case, if there's 2 zeros here, we're going to need 2 zeros below. Now, I can double check that work too to make sure I've got it right. Now, think of it this way too. 2 goes into 4 2 times. That equals 4. Subtract and you get 0. Now, if we do 40, we're going to bring down that 0. 2 goes into 0 0 times. And we get 0. Now, if we're going into 400, then our next step would bring down another 0. 2 goes into 0 0 times. Subtract, and you get 0. So you end up just having the zeros on one side, or in your answer and up top, or here and up top. You only want to have your answer here and in one of these two places. You don't want to have your answer in both of those places. You got to pick one. You'll see what I mean when we do another one as well. Ooh, so this one, we have blank divided by 4 equals 2. So we're going to set up that problem as multiplication to make our life easier. So our blank is going to be 8. Because 8 divided by 4 equals 2. Well, now we have 4 goes into something 20 times. That's what it's looking like. So we need to figure out what that something is. Well, we know that 4 went into 8 2 times. So in this case, we're just going to have our 0 there. Once again, we have our 0 on the inside and on one of the outsides. So this one is going to be 80. Now, if we were to extend that line over, and this is 200, we know that we just have to add an extra 0 on the outside. We'll do a couple more of these for a couple reasons. First, they're going quick, and second, just so we can get that extra practice. 9 divided by 9 equals blank. So 9 goes into 9. I'm going to scoot that down so I have a little bit more room to write. 9 goes into 9 how many times? 1 time. So we know that our top pattern is going to be 1. Now, we say that 9 goes into 90 how many times? Well, we know this one's not going to change. So we know our extra 0, that 0 that we have in here, has to go up here because it has to go in one of these two places, and that has not changed. So this is going to be 10. So we can know that this next one is going to be 100. Because just like when we add the extra 0 here, we're going to add it up top too. All right, and this will be our last one. 3 goes into 6 how many times? 3 goes into 6 2 times. We've got our whole pattern there. There you go. So we know that this first one is going to be 2. Now, they added a 0 here. This is not going to change, so this has to change here. So it's going to be 20. Bring it down. 3 goes into 0 times. Subtract, and you get 0. All right, so 20. Well, now it's 600. So 3, you got to bring down the 0. 3 goes into 0 0 times, and it equals 0. So we have 200. If you write it out, I feel like it makes a lot more sense, and it's not super complicated. Once you know the pattern, you just got to pay attention to which area is missing. That's why I like writing it as a traditional long division problem. It helps me visualize where that extra 0 is supposed to go, or if there's even supposed to be one. I hope this helped, and have a great day.